Are you struggling to make trading decisions? Do you want a reliable indicator to simplify your life? Look no further. We're excited to introduce a new, free indicator that accurately predicts future asset prices in Forex, crypto, and the stock market. In this video, we'll reveal this secret indicator and discuss a common mistake made by beginner traders that costs them a lot. Be sure to watch the entire video and hit the like button if you find these topics helpful. Let's dive in. To begin, we need to add the indicator to the chart. Simply search for the Echo Forecast in the Indicator Search tab. Select the one designed by Luxalgo. Just double-click it and you'll be able to see it added to the chart. Let's explore the indicator settings. The evaluation window settings determine the window size used to identify historical observations. The higher the value, the more data the indicator will process to predict future price movements. What about the forecast window? Well, it simply determines how long the forecast will be. Then we have the forecast mode, which basically tells us whether to look at similarities or differences in historical price data. Lastly, we have forecast construction, which helps us understand how the forecast is made. These settings can be a bit confusing, but no worries. I'm going to share with you the setup that I personally use. Once you've configured the settings, the indicator can predict future price trends by analyzing past historical variations. The predictions are shown on a chart using 3 different colors. By looking at the prediction line, we can see whether the market is likely to go up or down. One more thing. I noticed that the indicator could help you identify the steps that any trend goes through, which are the breakout, sideway, and channel consolidation. Here, for example, we can see that the indicator has perfectly caught this amazing breakout, which was followed by a consolidation. The indicator predicted that the price is going up in the few upcoming days. This is the daily GBP/JPY chart. I'm going to leave a comment in the next week stating whether the price has respected this prediction or not. But how do we use this indicator? Now, let's look at some examples from the chart. We can see here that the indicator has captured this significant upward breakout. The gray area represents a pullback followed by a continuation of the bullish momentum that the indicator has nicely highlighted in orange color. And the forecast line in white color shows that the price is supposed to continue increasing in the upcoming days. I guess we have all the questions answered here. We just need to place a buy order and set the stop loss at the most recent swing low. Another factor that supports our market decision is this beautiful hammer that indicates a high support zone. Regarding the take profit strategy, I leave it to you, but make sure to aim for at least a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio, especially if you have a high probability setup like this one. If you're not sure, you can rely on the forecast line to have an idea. I'll opt for a modest 1 to 1.6 risk to reward ratio. Let's see what happened next. Yep, that was a successful trade. The indicator suggests that the asset's price will likely continue upwards, so you can exit half of your position and keep riding this massive uptrend to capture the maximum number of pips. Let's look at another example. This is the Aussie dollar daily chart, my favorite Forex pair. We can see that the indicator has already captured this significant downtrend and the price continued its bearish trend. The indicator is now predicting that the price will continue its significant descending momentum. Usually looking at the gray zone and noticing that it's short could indicate that the market is dominated by bears at this stage. Going long would be a terrible decision. Anyways, we go immediately short, place the stop loss above the most recent swing high, and aim for at least a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. The good thing is that we managed to hit the take profit. The price continued the downtrend journey, but the price has actually pulled back and got to our entry level. That's why it's really important to exit the market after making enough profit. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. I want to add something else. It's important to note that while this indicator is useful, it should not be solely relied upon, as it can provide losing signals. Therefore, we need to add other indicators to the chart to increase profitability. One Forex trading tip to consider is to avoid cluttering your charts with too many technical indicators. While technical indicators can provide valuable information about price movements and trends, using too many can actually be counterproductive and confusing. In my opinion, 2 or 3 indicators on your chart are more than enough. Let's now add in the second indicator. To do this, we'll search for the SSL hybrid indicator made by Michael. In addition to that, I'd like you to add another one, which is the volume oscillator. It's a built-in indicator that you can use for free on TradingView. To optimize the indicators for the strategy, we need to change their settings. First, navigate to the SSL hybrid indicator settings and select the Inputs tab. Change the baseline length from 60 to 200 and set the baseline type to McGinley. It's basically a moving average designed to track the market more accurately. Then, go to the Style tab and deselect all checkboxes except for the moving average baseline. Feel free to pause the video at any time to ensure you copy the settings accurately. Next, head over to the Volume Oscillator Style tab and change the line color for better visibility. I usually select white or bright yellow as I'm using the dark screen mode. Now, with all indicators added properly, we can combine them for more accurate price predictions and lesser false signals. The SSL hybrid acts as a trend direction indicator. The volume oscillator will help us filter out sideways markets, and the echo forecast indicator will be used for the entry signal. In order to go long, we need to satisfy a few conditions. First, the price should touch the top of the forecast window. If this is the case, we'll examine the forecast line to ensure that it points upward, indicating a continuing uptrend. Next, we check the SSL hybrid indicator. This indicator tells you the market's possible direction, where a blue line color confirms an uptrend and a red line indicates a clear downtrend. Finally, we also need to verify that there is a sufficient market volume by checking the volume oscillator line, which should be above the zero line. If the volume is below the zero level, we might anticipate a sideways market, and of course we all want to avoid that. The volume indicator works better with crypto and the stock market. Before entering the market, we need to make sure that the forecast line won't trigger the stop loss before it hits the take profit. The stop loss should be placed a few pips below the recent swing low, and we aim for a 1.5 times risk to reward ratio. If you see a market structure indicating a strong upward momentum, you can aim for a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Once all conditions are met, we enter, go long, and boom, another successful trade. Now, let's look at this special example. We can see here that the price is touching the top of the orange box, which indicates an upward momentum. At the same time, the SSL hybrid line is in blue color, and the volume is above the zero line. The prediction line is also pointing upward. Well, if we don't pay enough attention, we could go long. But here, we can see that the prediction line could trigger the stop loss before hitting the take profit. Well, personally, I won't take this trade. That was the right decision. One more thing. I cannot stress enough the importance of backtesting a trading strategy before putting real money on the line. Backtesting involves analyzing the performance of your strategy over historical data to determine how it would have performed in the past. This allows you to identify strengths and weaknesses, tweak your strategy, and improve your chance of success. You can watch the other videos on our channel where we optimized different trading strategies and got them to work. By the way, do you want me to backtest this strategy 100 times? Hit the thumbs up button and comment on the pair and time frame you want me to use. Once we reach 500 likes, I'll get to work on it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found value in it, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel.